justified the interpretation, this is what I say in all humility, a validation act or a change in law would be required if it was to remove the basis of a judgment. Here, the interpretation of the act itself is patently on the face of a draw.
You're absolutely right. There's sometimes when a new law is required to take away the basis of the judgment. Assuming, of course, we know your point that Devangan is basically wrongly decided, therefore it has to be set at right on interpretation. But we are also of the view that the government must now consider whether the position in Devangan should continue, whether it should be modified in part, whether there is some change in the law required, bearing in mind the sectoral changes which have taken place, the impact of the judgment being reversed broadly on the social sector.
Sectorial changes.
Therefore, that no one can, if your lordship feels so, that's the larger issue.
So we are not closing the reference.
All that we are
First of all, we will not close the reference saying that, look, we are not saying that, look, Devangan is, Devangan is rightly decided. You don't want to do that. Because then you would be doing disservice to the reference order.
May I with respect say, our concern was what? As far as the
government will tell us that, no, you decide whether Devangan is right or wrong. We don't want to bring any change.
The compensation was concerned. The learned Solicitor General has shown para 7. My lords, as far as livelihood is concerned, our respectful submission right through has been, all it requires is meeting the eligibility test, and in the meantime, a window can always be given by the court. But the impact of permitting a person who is ineligible and ill-equipped to drive a transport vehicle is far more. It's not a simple.
But I'll tell you one thing, see, that is to be seen. See, Mr. Jan Bhushan also, and you are saying that all that it requires is an endorsement. Now, the point of the matter is that the government may still come to us, for instance, I'll give you an example. The government may come to us and say that, look, you are right, the insurance companies are right. We must make sure that all existing licenses fall in line with the rigor of the statute and the rules. But at the same time, the government can still bring about a suitable amendment by saying that, look, existing licenses will be protected for a period of 3 years. We can't do that. I mean, for us to do that under 142 would be a little far-fetched after we lay down the law. Government can still say that, look, we want these to be in conformity, but we'll give a little time for bringing about this end. That's what we should do.
The license will remain valid for LMV. The only question will be, the statute as we read it, says that it's valid for LMV and endorsement for transport. It is the Devangan interpretation which does away with the distinction between a light motor vehicle purely for non-transport use and commercial use. That's where the rub lies. So it's not as if someone loses the license. What your lordships are saying is an issue where post the judgment, people may have acquired a license, started commercial activities. For those, what we are saying, windows can be created.
Or you see the judgment.
The statute was clear. The parliament was clear, including the learned attorney's written submissions now before your lordships. The intention of parliament has always been.
Suppose, therefore, we accept your argument and say Devangan was wrongly decided. We'll have to first use our 142 power to say that existing claims for compensation will be governed by the law as it was enacted, law as it was interpreted in Devangan. 2, we will have to say that, look, those licenses which are no longer valid as a consequence of the reversal of Devangan, they can yet, we will treat them by deeming direction of the court that they will be still treated as valid licenses for a certain stipulated period, say 6 months, 1 year, to for people to acquire endorsements. You're not dealing with, one big industry or, one source that you can exercise the 142 power. You're dealing with lakhs and lakhs of people, who have licenses.
And
Devangan, the government decide what to do in such a situation.
Devangan actually inured to some amount of social benefit. Then the negativity of Devangan, how it negatively impacted, is also a matter of deliberation, which the government will look into it, how it has worked over a period of time.
And we are yet to argue on merits, my lord.